If you want to have a better connection with your family, this video is for you. It was around 1 week ago when I randomly decided to visit my grandmother. I went in, we hugged each other, and then we started to talk. At first about the usuals. How is life? How do I get along? How does she get along? Etc. And then I told her that I was participating in a video project for a documentary film, which was about an abandoned village that I did not know existed. And when I finished this sentence, I've noticed that my grandmother has a smile on her face. And then she told me that when she was a child, she used to go to this village to play with the local kids. She told me how hard it was to get there because it was all muddy, how they were collecting berries in the forest, and about their little game, running away from an imaginary monster in the forest. It was awesome as she was telling me about these stories, because my grandmother is the type of person who tends to complain a lot. But when I get her to speak about her past, she shows me a whole different part of her personality. She becomes warm and pleasant, just like how I remember her when I was a child. And honestly, this is how I want to remember her when she won't be around for me anymore. But until then, I want to get to know her as much as possible. My very point of this video is that I want to encourage you to have as many conversations as you can with your family members like these, because you can deepen your relationship with them, and there are several other benefits that you might not even think of. You get to know them better, and they get to know you better. Chances are you already have an image of them in your mind, but I want to emphasize that your loved ones are not just one-dimensional people. Everybody that you know is just like the map in GTA. You already know a big part what they have shown you, but there are always territories that you have never discovered. Chances are they all have a story to tell that you have never heard before, which if they told you, you could see a different side of them. You could see what they were like before you came into their lives, just like in those dad before he met mom videos on TikTok. There might be a cool story which would make you even more proud of them. After a conversation like this, you will get to know them better. You will be able to see them not just as the adults they are today, but you will discover a long lost child that is inside them. They can re-experience their memories through this, and chances are they are going to be thankful for you deep inside because of this. By this, they are going to respect and appreciate you more as well, because chances are they have nobody to tell these stories to, or they just forgot what an interesting life they had. Just imagine how awesome it is that you are the reason they are reminiscing about their past. And not only will you connect to them even more because you can see another side of them, but they will appreciate you more as well because you took the effort to listen to them, which will make you see more mature in their eyes, and they will feel that you are indeed growing into an adult. And this brings us to our chapter 2. You will have fewer question marks when they are gone. Try to collect as many memories as you can, because one day you might gonna regret if you don't. Now of course, don't talk about this every time you meet them, because it can be overbearing for everybody, and it might also lose its magic. For example, the way I like to do this with my parents is that we are all sitting together, we are not in a rush to do anything, and we all have time to be present in the moment together. Now when you do have a conversation like this, I really want you to pay attention. Do not interrupt, let them talk. Trust me, these are the conversations where you gain more if you speak less. Just listen to them and try to suck up as many details as you can, because you might want to retell these stories one day. Chapter 3, you can get connected to your ancestors. Let me tell you a story that my father told me from his childhood. He was in the garden, hiding in the bushes, waiting to catch a pigeon with his trap, which he made with a stick, a string, a box, and some corn used as bait. You know, just like the ones you see in cartoons. He was lying in the bush for hours without a catch when his grandfather, my great-grandfather, came home. He saw my father in the bushes and asked, "What are you doing, kiddo?" "I'm catching a pigeon." The old man shook his head and he said, "This is not how it's done." He tore the trap. He took a brick, a string, and some corn. Then he said, "Let's go inside." My father was like, but shh, don't worry, just come with me." They went inside for like 10 or 15 minutes when the old man said, "Okay, now, let's go out." They went out and they saw a pigeon in the trap, unable to fly away. Then the old man cut the string, handed over the bird and said, "That's how it's done. Here's your stupid bird." My father did not realize back then, only when he grew up, that his grandfather was in captivity during World War II in a Soviet camp, where the only thing they could eat was the animals they could catch. Later on, my father realized that this was just a bird for him when he was a kid, but for my great-grandfather, this was all about survival. Through this story, I felt like I unlocked another level of connection. Not only to my father, but I got connected to my ancestors as well. This gives me the drive and the motivation to become a better person than I am today. Because my ancestors had to survive some really challenging times under unbearable circumstances. They fought wars and hunger. My great-grandfather, when he was released from captivity, he had to walk on his foot back to Hungary from Siberia. If he could do all these, then I have no excuses not to be a better person and work for my dreams. And I could not have this level of drive if my father has never told me this story. And I am proud to carry on my ancestors' legacy within my memories, because I believe a person will only die when nobody is left to tell their story. So as a conclusion, I really hope you are going to take a chance on this. The magical feeling that you get when one of your loved ones opens up and tells you their story is absolutely remarkable. I really wish everyone took the effort to try this, because I firmly believe that these conversations can heal and purify the soul.